Oh, hello there. Just your commissioner here. Enjoying my afternoon cigar and a nice little drink. I just wanted to welcome everybody to this fantasy football league with a little class, all right? So, what I'm doing in this video is I am going to introduce you guys to the league, introduce some people to fantasy football, and kind of break down how specifically this league works. I might give some tips for those of you that haven't played and maybe for like James or so. I don't know, you might need it. We're going to start with the draft order, and Keenan was victorious. He got the number one draft pick, followed by Paul, Logan, Graham, Vinny, Dom, Siobhan, myself, Jared, Joey, James, and Matt. If you got any questions, let me know. But that is the draft order. And speaking of draft, the way we do it here is a snake draft. So if you have the number one overall pick in the first round, you have the last pick in the second round. If you have the second pick in the first round, you have the second to last pick in the second round. If you have the last pick in the first round, you have the first pick in the first round. And that goes back and forth the whole way through the draft. Now with the draft, you're trying to draft your team, and we are playing with one quarterback, two wide receivers, two running backs, one tight end, a flex player, a defensive player, and a kicker. Now, a flex player is a tight end, a running back, or a quarterback. It could be any one of them, any week, your decision. All right, it cannot be a quarterback, though. The thing with drafting is you do not necessarily want to draft your roster top to bottom. You could if that's your play, but you may not want to. Typically, a lot of people do not draft their kickers and defenses till later in the draft because those are not as valuable as players are. So choose wisely when drafting. It helps to do some mock drafts beforehand. Speaking of the draft, I sent that text today for everybody to fill out. I want everybody to pick as many slots as they can that they are available for the draft. This way we can pick one that may work for everybody. We're going to do something like a 60 seconds per pick draft. This way it's kind of done quickly, hopefully in about an hour and 15 minutes. But I'd like to pick a time that everybody can get on. Right now I'm targeting the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of Labor Day weekend. Let me know your availability as soon as possible. Also, if you haven't signed up for the league, sign up as soon as you can. I sent out new emails earlier today. Let me know if you didn't get them. Let me know if you need any help. So once we draft your team, you set your lineup every week. You go in. Free agency is something that you'll be dealing with all year long. The way we do free agents in this league is every day except for Tuesday. Waivers go off at 11 a.m. and which means that Monday night after the Monday night game, all the way till Wednesday at 11, you could try and pick up some free agents, and they will not process till 11 a.m. on Wednesday. The way you do it is everybody gets a budget of $100 for the entire year. So if you spend $10 on a player, you have $90 for the rest of the year, so on and so forth. The bidding is the way that the free agents are determined. So if I want to get Aaron Rodgers and I bid $5 and you bid $10, you'll get Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't matter about records or anything like that. So just be mindful on that. There's a lot of strategies that go into it, saving money towards the end of the year. The one thing I will say is the minimum bid for a player is $0, no dollars. So even at the end of the year, you can still pick up players theoretically with a $0 bid. In order to pick up a player, you have to drop the player. That's how that works. Any questions, let me know. What we are going to do is we are going to have two separate divisions in this league. I don't know what they're called right now, but we're going to call them the Ilucci side and the Huggins side. We'll discuss that later on. But what we're going to do is I'm going to manually set the schedule, and everybody's going to play everybody in their division twice. And there's going to be some crossover games in the middle of the season. So, that being said, that leads into the playoffs. The playoffs are going to be with the first round. The first team in each division will get a bye, and the second and third team will play each other. 1-week playoff game in order to play the first team the next week, and then the winners of that game will go on to play in the championship game. That'll be the playoffs. That's pretty self-explanatory. The last thing I do want to say is I want people to be involved in this league. I don't want people to have a couple of bad weeks and then they think they're out of it, so they stop playing. So what I want to do is I want to incentivize people to keep playing. That is with a punishment, obviously. The worst team in this league should be punished, the owner. And what we have discussed, and we could talk about this. If we don't want to do it, we'll chop it out. But I think this is pretty fair and pretty fun. You're going to have to go ahead and get yourself one of these noise-canceling headphones or something. Grab them from somebody. We could find them somewhere. And then the winner of the league is going to be able to pick the song that the loser has to sing in the headphones, turned all the way up. The headphones got to be turned all the way up, and you got to sing your heart out. Video it, of course, and send it to the league. I don't know if that punishment is for the person singing or us for having to listen to it. But it should be fun. It gives us something. That loser position is going to be a playoff thing as well. The bottom team on each division is going to get a first-round bye. The 4th and 5th place teams are going to play each other. Loser of those games is going to go on to play the loser. And then the loser of those games are going to go on to play each other in a championship. And then the loser champion, whoever loses that game, is going to be the worst, and they have to do the punishment. All right? If there's any questions, please let me know. But listen, let's get everybody signed up as soon as possible. I don't want to have any catastrophe in setting up the draft order. Let's get your availability in for the draft night. This way we can get that going, and let's look forward to a great year. Later.